Hello everyone, I'm Assistant Professor Dr. Parichart Toomnan from the Faculty of Interdisciplinary Studies, Khon University. Today I'm going to talk about Thai undergraduates' enjoyment of English learning and reading strategy use while reading online texts during the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, I would like to start with the background of the study. Reading skill is one of the vital skills for ESL and EFL learners. It not only helps improve language learner reading skills, but they also get improved writing, listening, and speaking skills. If language learners are able to read well, that means that they must have an adequate lexical knowledge. Also, if they read and understand text, they would be able to communicate accurately and properly. That is to say that all skills are connected. Hence, reading skills should be seriously taken into account for language acquisition. It is undeniable that we cannot read how people use reading strategies when reading, but we can learn and know how to read. Reading strategies are the mental activities that readers use in order to derive meaning from the text. They are crucial and useful techniques for everyone, especially ESL and EFL learners. They are purposeful means of comprehending the other's message. They used to monitor or manage in reading. Language learners employ them to solve their reading problems, such as rereading, guessing a new word, and visualizing information. Moreover, using a dictionary, taking notes, underlining or highlighting the text are other reading strategies that are normally used among language learners. Importantly, these techniques can lead learners to understand language, transferring or using knowledge information to facilitate a new task, and integrating new ideas with known information. Therefore, if one wants to improve their language learning, particularly their reading skills, reading strategies are needed. A great number of past research works investigated the relationship between students' reading strategies and other factors, for example, gender, field of study, and reading proficiency. The results of previous research works reported that reading strategies had effects on language learners in terms of language achievement, reading proficiency, reading comprehension, as well as their motivation of reading. Nowadays, to cope with the COVID-19 situation, English courses must be taught online. One of the English courses, English Reading for Comprehension, is a compulsory subject for undergraduate students majoring in English for business management. In the past, they needed to study in class and must read from textbooks. Right now, they need to read text online instead. They are required to attend class, do exercises, quizzes, and take examination via online learning and testing. Although a great number of previous research works have been carried out on student reading strategy use, but field study focus on the relationship between Thai university enjoyment of English learning and their reading strategy employment when reading online texts. Hence, this paper aims to investigate Thai undergraduates' employment and enjoyment of English learning and their reading strategy use when reading online texts. The results of the present study can be useful for course developers, EFL lecturers, and related parties to create, design, and provide interesting and motivating reading activities and material for improving their students' reading ability more effectively. Abbreviations in the present study. RAS refers to reading strategies. RASS refers to reading strategies. PROP refers to problem-solving strategies. SUP refers to support strategies. And GLOB refers to global reading strategies. Objectives of the present study. 1. To examine the frequency of reading strategies employed by undergraduate students. 2. To explore whether the choices of reading strategies vary significantly according to the enjoyment of English learning and the patterns of significant variations, if they exist at all. There are two research questions for the present study. 1. What is the frequency of the reading strategy reported being employed by undergraduate students? 2. Do students' choices of strategies to reading strategies vary significantly according to their enjoyment of English learning? For the present investigation, the metacognitive range of reading strategies inventory by Motori and Parichart 2002 was adapted and used to collect data about the use of reading strategies from 112 undergraduate students, freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. The data were analyzed by the descriptive statistics, the analysis of variance ANOVA, and the chi-square test. Let's move on to the research findings in this part. Levels of data analysis will be presented. I would like to say that the data analysis for reading strategy use were described in different levels. This includes the frequency of overall use of reading strategies reported by 112 university students has been explored. Then, the frequency of reading strategy use of the students in the three main categories: problem-solving strategies, support strategies, and global reading strategies. The frequency of student use of reading strategies has been categorized into high, medium, and low use. The mean frequency score of reading strategy use value from 1 to 2.49 is determined as low use, from 2.5 to 3.49 as medium use, and from 3.5 to 5 as high use. As can be seen in Table 1, the ANOVA results reveal that the frequency of students' overall strategy use varies significantly according to enjoyment of English learning. By comparing the mean frequency scores of their stated levels of enjoyment of English learning, the Parichart test showed a significant variation in the overall reading strategy used among students with high, moderate, and low enjoyment of English learning. The mean frequency score are 3.73 to 3.22 and 2.33 respectively. The significant variation were found in the overall reading strategy used among with a high, moderate, and low level of enjoyment of English learning students. The results indicate that the students who said they enjoyed learning English at a higher level reported a significantly greater overall strategy use than those whose stated enjoyment of learning English was at the lower level. Based on the ANOVA results, Table 2 reveals that significant differences were found in the use of reading strategies in all the three categories according to this variable. The Parichart test shows that, in relation to the club, sub, and prop categories, students who said they enjoy learning English at a higher level reported employing strategies significantly more frequently than those who said they enjoyed learning English at the lower levels. In all categories, students who reported enjoyment of learning English at a high level reported employing strategies significantly more frequently than those who said they enjoyed learning English at the moderate or low level. The results from the Chi-square test shown in Table 3 reveal the significant variations in student use of individual reading strategies related to their enjoyment of English learning. A significantly higher percentage of students who say they enjoy learning English than those who have lower levels of reported enjoyment learning English reported high use of all 28 reading strategies. Out of the 28 reading strategies, there were 13 club strategies, 8 sub-strategies, and 7 prop strategies. Further, among the 28 reading strategies, 25 strategies were reported at a high frequency of use by more than 50% of all the participants who said they enjoy learning English at higher levels. Examples are Prop 30. I tried to guess the meaning of unknown words or phrases. Prop 27. When online text becomes difficult, I reread to increase my understanding. And Sub 12. I print out a hard copy of the online text, then underline or circle information to help me remember it. Let's move on to discussion part. For this present study, the results show that students who enjoy learning English reported employing strategies significantly more frequently than did those with moderate and low enjoyment of English learning counterparts. Prop strategies were the most frequently used, followed by sub and graph strategy respectively. The results of this study were in line with the finding of past research works, which revealed that prop strategies received the highest strategy usage. However, it was found that three block strategies tend to be used less than 50% among students who enjoy learning English at a high and moderate level. They were Club 23. I critically analyze and evaluate the information presented in the text. Club 7. I think about whether the content of the text fits my reading purpose. And Club 14. I decide what to read closely and what to ignore. These strategies should be taken into consideration. The possible explanation is that they may not have focused on their reading purpose and that made them pay less attention and awareness on criticizing or evaluating online texts. Once Alexander Graham Bell said, before anything else, preparation is the key to success. Thus, in terms of reading comprehension, students should be elevate their awareness of these strategies and train to prepare themselves, set up their goals before reading online text, which could help them to be able to criticize, analyze, and evaluate the text more critically and effectively. The results of the present investigation revealed that there was a strong relationship between students' enjoyment of English learning and their use of reading strategies. Prop, sub, and club strategies were employed when reading online texts, respectively. Even though learners encountered reading difficulties, they reported to keep reading and paid more attention to what they were reading. It could be said that enjoyment of English learning was one of important factors affecting student reading strategy use. Consequently, it is suggested that course developers, lecturers, as well as related parties should pick and choose a variety of reading texts in order to motivate learners to read more and use more reading strategies. Also, types of text and types of reading strategy should be emphasized in the course for learners to practice, as the more they practice, the better they will become. All in all, reading skill is something that takes time. Reading strategies also enable learners to deal with their reading problems. When one reads more, they will explore things more. When they explore more, they will gain more experience, not only about reading comprehension, but also the enjoyment of lifelong learning. Thank you very much for listening.